What is going on, everyone? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday for everyone that's on this side of the world. Yes. Anyway, so my stream from yesterday somehow got deleted. Don't know how. But anyway, moving on from that, we are in 5 positions. All right, cool. Yeah, so we have 5 positions running at the minute. I'll quickly go through with them with you guys. So we got Euro USD, which is a trade we're in from last week. GU was the trade we took yesterday, which is not looking too good. USD CHF was also a trade we took last week. Euro NZD was a trade we took yesterday as well, along with the GBP USD trade. And that one went into drawdown as we took the trade, but then it ended up going into profit, which was perfect. I saw this, like, if you do my, well, not that you can watch my not that you can watch my video from yesterday, but I'll run through the analysis and I'll tell you why this was a strong level of support, and that's why I was buying Euro NZD. And of course, oil from last year, we're still in that oil short. So this one almost tagged me out. So I trail my stop loss at the 21 EMA. I'm using, I don't know what broker this is. Trading Views broker, FX, I don't know. Anyway, the price and how the EMAs were calculated on 8cap, which is the broker I use on my my trading account. Obviously it didn't get tagged, which is perfect. Can't complain. So yeah, we got about 27 minutes before the daily candle closes and a new candle opens. So let's go through the market. Also, I know it's only 27 minutes till the candle closes. Euro NZD is in profit, which means we can now lock our stop loss into profit. So what that would look like is, currently you can see our stop loss is still down here. Take profit is obviously way out of the way, but I've had it at 1R, just so you guys can see what happens there. But essentially what I can do now, guys, is I can take this stop loss, move it all the way up to the daily 21 EMA. And what that's going to do is make this trade risk-free. So if the trade does come against us now, we're all good. It will either stop me out for a small profit or I won't lose any money on it. And in return, I can now take more trades today if anything did present. One trade I am looking at, guys, to get us started on our analysis was this trade over here on the AU 200. All right. So this is the Australia 200 index. And we saw the A2 signal present there. Unfortunately, I can't get involved in this because price is already on its way. I could potentially drop down to lower time frames to see what's happening, but you can see on the 12-hour, I was saying yesterday on my stream, so the 12-hour essentially breaks up the daily candle into 2 candles to give me more information to make, to just get better trading analysis. And you can see the A2 presented over here, and now that is a nice level of resistance. Overall, bearish. So we had this, obviously had this uptrend in this channel here, and we've obviously broken the lows. So yeah, so we've broken the lows over here, and now we're underneath the daily 50, well, the 12-hour, but also underneath the daily 50 exponential moving average, and which means kind of market shifting. So we'll come back to this in a minute. Let's quickly scout on the daily chart the other trades we are in. This was a trade I was in obviously later in the week. Actually early last year, we did get tagged out of that one though. So nothing too interesting on the Aussie dollar, New Zealand USD, nothing on USD CAD, nothing on USD JPY. I absolutely love doing this, guys. There is something about the daily chart Once again, like, it's not secret sauce or anything, it just really does resonate with myself. I do miss day trading, don't get me wrong, but this just fits in my lifestyle consistently, which means I can then get consistent results. Euro GBP, potentially something here. So when I say potentially, guys, what I'm looking for is a candle close. So if this candle here was to close underneath the 21 EMA, which is that red line, we would have had an A2 signal. Would I be buying it at that level? I don't know. I don't know. On the daily chart, it's definitely bullish. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Price is moving from the bottom left of my screen and it's making its way up to the top right. If I was to draw horizontal levels of support and resistance, the first point that my eyes go to, obviously this massive wick, but the next thing is this kind of little bit over here. That kind of gathers as much price action as I can looking left. The reason I say that is because as price rallied up from this low, we hit a brick wall. They created resistance, price then came off it. We tried to retest that level. We got that rejection wick here, and then price came off it hard again. And then what happened is price made lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So that looks something like this, okay? And then what happened, we broke that lower high, all right? We came back up, almost tested that level again, came off it, but not quite. Sellers took control, tried to push up, and then we broke through it. That level of resistance now acting as support. Buyers have taken control of the market. Bang, massive pool of buyers come in. So we get lots of volume coming in here, lots of buyers pushing price all the way up here. This was clearly a news event. This wasn't just day-to-day trading activity. So obviously something crazy happened on the 26th last year of, oh my God, I don't know what month that is. But anyway, August, November, no, September. Sorry guys. And then price just fell off it, used that previous level of resistance as support, and then we broke below it, and now we're just kind of consolidating. So if I was to just ignore all of what I just said and give it one word, I'm bullish. So if we did get a signal on Euro GBP, I would be buying it. And depending where we put our stop loss, it would need to be, let's just say we got the entry where down here, stop loss would definitely have to be around here. Below the zone would be better, and you can easily get 1-to-1 within current price action, which is nice. Moving on, Euro Aussie. Nothing that screams out to me yet. I was in one of these trades recently. I called the breakout, but that was a nice channel. I can find, yeah, that was a nice channel that price broke out of. Remember how that is not what I wanted. Just to give you guys a bit of a visual, as price broke out, it retested that level of resistance. We got the A2 signal, and I got that rally, and then obviously got tagged out as price pulled back to the 21 EMA where I was trailing my stop loss. GBP Aussie, nothing. Euro JPY, once again, almost a signal. So if we had this candle, current daily candle close above the 21 EMA, it would have been a signal, and that would be a nice selling opportunity too, guys. Because looking left, we have this nice little level of resistance. All right, so as long as we get our stop loss above that level, above here, above the 50 EMA, it's a safe enough level. Once again, price can always come up and touch the stop loss no matter where you put it. But it is the path of least resistance. Most resistance, sorry. GBP JPY, once again, nothing on the daily. CHF JPY, almost a signal, but nothing. CAD JPY. So looking at CAD JPY, just checking out the last 3 days worth of price action, we are at a significant level. So we are just ranging. The past 3 days, price has gone up and down. So you would have been able to capture some nice intraday trades, because if we go down to the 4 hour, you guys will see it's just kind of ranging left to right here, right? So it was a range in here, broke out. Now we're kind of just trending lower. All right, so interesting price action there. No entry for us to get involved. 80 JPY, there were trades I was potentially looking at getting in. Now, I'm gonna mark this as red because now I'm in no rush to get in these trades, guys. If we get a signal, that is great. If I have a lot of conviction and a lot of confluences, I will enter on the bar close. If I still need a few things to play out in my favor, I will wait for I'll wait another 24 hours for the next daily bar to close. Now, in this case, I saw this trade present yesterday. I also saw it present last week. We did get that drop I was looking for, but price come back up. So if I never managed my trade, essentially I'd be in drawdown now, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But now as price is retesting the 50 EMA on the daily and rejecting off it in this bearish trend right now, also at a level of resistance looking left. If I just gather as many pins as possible, I think the music is a little bit too loud as well. Let me just turn that down. Sorry guys. There we go. Yeah, so coming off this resistance level, rejecting the 50 EMA, got to A2 signal L50 in the sell zone. This will be a market we will enter, guys. All right. We actually have a news event today. Let me just double check. We have, I think, oh no, it's tomorrow. Okay, so we got an orange folder news event on JPY pairs, and we also got CPI news coming out the Aussie dollar tomorrow, so Wednesday. So obviously I'm not going to try and predict news events, but this will be a trade we're definitely going to look at taking. Nothing on NZD JPY, nothing on Aussie NZD. GBP NZD is an interesting one. This thing's just coiling lower and lower. Very small bars, just slowly. I hate that. I very much dislike this type of price action. Euro NZD, like I said, we are in this trade. We will, once this bar closes in the next 15 minutes, we'll lock our stop loss at the 21. Nothing on GBP CHF, Aussie CHF, nothing. Euro CHF. So this was an interesting one. There are heaps of signals. You could have taken this one, that one, that one, that one, this one, or that one, and you could have made money. Not a lot, but you would have been in profit on majority of these signals. Are we going to break out to the upside? Potentially. There's a lot of resistance, a lot of support, just crappy price action. Aussie CAD, 3 very, very great signals right there. Nothing I did take advantage of. Unfortunately, these presented last year around Christmas, so I wasn't actually physically trading. GBP CAD was a signal there. This one actually would have been a losing trade. I did talk about this one as we had this massive extension to the upside, and looking left, if you took this, there was no real structure shelf to place your stop loss underneath unless you were coming all the way back down here. So I can't classify these candles as strong levels of resistance or support. It's one bearish candle followed by a bullish candle, then a bearish candle. If I was to take this trade, right, and put my stop loss at the default 1.61 fib, 1.618 fib, it's not feasible for me, and that already is a 318 pip stop loss on GCAD. I would have to put it way below the 50 EMA and then way below here, which you're looking at a 750 pip stop loss. I mean, nothing wrong with that in the daily. If we're holding these positions for weeks, potentially maybe months, if we can get a really, really strong trend trailing our stop loss. But nothing I can kind of deal with on that. And EuroCAD, we got the signal over here, same thing. I had no structure shelf to put my stop loss. If we grabbed, you know what, let's grab this to for our high and that to our low. Our stop loss would have just been in the path of most resistance. Bullish, bullish, bullish candles. I can just see price coming down and tapping that. Stop loss wasn't even underneath the 50 EMA at this point. But once again, if buyers are very strong in control, we can easily see this thing keep rising, or we can see a little bit of relief. We can test this level of support in here, now turn to resistance, which is what potentially may happen where price, what's happening when price comes down. Didn't make a new higher high. We did create a lower low taking at this level here, and we see this and we see it rally down. So that is something that could potentially happen on EuroCAD. Bitcoin finally had a little bit of a push up on the daily. It's one of the biggest bars we've seen in a while since, well, this year. So a little bit of momentum happening there. And oil. Once again, oil's rejecting the 8 and 21. We could easily see this thing continue to fall. So I'm just going to hold a piece of that and trail the 21 EMA. And another thing I want to speak to you guys about. So this is going to be a pretty quick stream. We'll keep going until obviously we get the daily close and the open. Then we'll have a look at Aussie JPY. Gold's an interesting one. Gold is at a very significant level right now. So looking left on gold, guys, we have price rejecting here. So we have a very strong resistance level. As price comes back up, we get a little bit of relief to the 8 EMA before this nice breakout. We then test that resistance level using as support with this nice extension off it. This is when gold made its tested its all-time highs? I don't think it's, yeah. At 2068, right? And then we saw, once it tested that level back from August 11th, 2020, we then tested it again last year back in March. Yep. We tested it in March last year, back in 2022, and we just came off it. And now we've just been trending down, and now we're at this kind of pivotal point on gold. So we may see a counter trend move in this overall bullish trend. So I am bullish simply for two reasons. One, we took out this high. Two, we went from the lows, trading higher highs now. All right. So that gives us a 1.2 3-point move. I am bullish on the daily, but you can jump down to your lower time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour, and you could easily find a shorting opportunity into structure below here. However you want to take it, stop loss needs to be above that zone, and you need to take profits anywhere within here. I wouldn't look for extended targets, but I would probably go for a 1-to-1. If you went to the 15-minute, you probably get a tighter stop loss, but you also have the EMAs on your side. You got the L50 dropping into the sell zone, and you can probably get yourself better risk to reward to one of these levels. So that is gold. Gold on the 12 hour as well, guys. So just to look at this trend that's been respected, holding the 21 EMA, holding that 821 upshift. Look at all the A2 signals. Mind blown. You could have taken any of these signals and you would have made quite a bit of money on these A2s. So let's have a look. So if we were to take this trade here with the default stop loss, right, presented there, default stop loss at the 1.618 fib extension below the 50 EMA, which is nice. Let's just say you're pacing out at multiple take profits. So you've hit 1R, you close some, you hit 2R, you close a little bit more, you hit 3R on that pin right here, you can close a little bit more, and then you're up 4R, approaching 5R. This is where I think we'll see a bit of a relief in this bullish trend. This is on the 12-hour chart. I know it's a bit of an odd chart to trade and do some analysis on, but you know what? Yeah, it's an interesting chart to look at. So there we have it, guys. US indices. very bullish yesterday. We obviously had a little bit of a pump. Let me just go to the 12-hour. Yep. So we saw some rise in it, but now we're coming off. So if I go to the intraday chart, yeah, price is definitely starting to fall here, which is very interesting. Overall trend on US indices, I'm just bearish on the overall economy right now, especially here in Australia. I don't know if any of my viewers are watching from Australia, but Woolworths and Coles, which is our supermarkets for food and groceries here, they've had a price freeze on a lot of their products, meaning inflation wouldn't affect it. If you guys understand what's happening here, they are pretty much price gouging and profiting off the current situation, which means some majority of their stock, excuse me, majority of their products, majority of the products actually are not being affected by inflation, and they're actually pumping the prices regardless. So if you guys look at their P&L statements, they made a shitload of profit, which is terrible. As a business perspective, it's not. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm pretty bearish on the overall economy. Even the housing issue, rental issues here in Australia at the minute, insane. Like, you got people having auctions for rentals in terms of, you know, let's say you're renting you see a rental property for $500. Some people come off of $510, $520, $530 and just keep upping the price. And that's what's led to an increase in rental prices. Obviously, it's a supply and demand thing as well. But what people are doing with trying to, I mean, they need a place to rent. And if they can afford it, it makes sense. But obviously, the people that can't afford it also need the house, and they can't compete with the people offering more. So shitty situations all around. Yeah, not much we can do about it, unfortunately. So yeah, we are two trades we're going to look at. This is a trade we are going to take. I'll get my stop loss set up so I know exactly where my stop loss is going, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into our analysis. So I don't use the high. I always use the candle, the signal the candle came off for my trend-based fib extension. So we are going to be entering around this price level instead of over at this price level. So we're going to be entering more up here. So it gives us a bit more risk to reward, and a safe, I wouldn't really call it a safer entry. I'd just give it a bit of a bit more confluence as it rejects that 50 EMA, because obviously sellers are stepping in, which is nice to see. And we can easily get 1R. 2R to structure lows, which is perfect. So obviously with Aussie CPI news coming out tomorrow on Wednesday, which is the inflation news, it will either send this higher or it will send it lower. So obviously the way fundamentals work, I'm a bit rusty with this. If interest rates go higher, it's good for a currency, and if interest rates go lower, it's bad for a currency. So interest rates news comes out and they're raising the rates by 0.25%. USC Aussie dollar rally. If they're starting to freeze the rates, well, not freeze them, but keep them the same or lower the cash rate, I'm actually not sure what will happen. We'll see. And then I think Euro GPP I just marked up. Yeah. So the reason I put that on, because I thought that we might have seen an entry, but price obviously is not going to come down there. So yeah, so what we'll be doing, we're taking an entry on ADJPY. We'll be managing our Euro NZD trade. So we'll be locking our stop loss into profit at that 21 EMA. We'll then be just managing these trades as well. GBP USD, do we close it and take the small loss, or do we hold it? So I am, in terms, a systematic trader. I haven't finished my back testing a lot of these pairs, so I don't know what the better option is. Cut the loss makes sense, but I'm looking at the 4 hour here, and you can see price is still pushing up. Oh man, you know what guys, I'm gonna hold the trade. I've only put 0.1% on this, so I'm trading with a very small amount of my initial capital. We got about 4 minutes before market closes and new daily candle opens. So the indicator I use on this chart, guys, is the Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. I don't trade Smart Money Concepts. The only reason I use it is to give me a little bit of insight. I like the way the Smart Money Concept traders place their support resistance, their change of characters, their breaks of support, and everything like that. It's very similar to how I do it with just reading price action. Equal highs, equal lows, all that sort of stuff. So this, obviously this indicator is pointing out that there are zones up here that we can obviously see some type of supply or demand. In this case, I'm going to hold the trade because I could have just been early on my entry as price approaches this other significant level. So to give you guys a bit of a visual representation of how I see this, if we just grab the wicks down here, you guys can see this channel, right? Let me extend this a little bit more. All right. So price obviously has just been, from this rally, we've just been trading within this channel, okay? We broke out and we broke back in. Excuse me, guys, sorry. And then what we saw was price consolidate, so left to right, break back out, test those lows, and now make lower lows and rally higher. Sorry. So yeah, I'm not convinced that we've seen a complete rotation on the higher time frames. So obviously this is bullish to me, but I am short-term bearish. That is why I took the trade yesterday. All right, so we've got about 60 seconds left before market opens. I'm just going to open my MT4 terminal and make some adjustments. So what I'll do, guys, is let me just share my actual screen. Turn that on and that off. There we go. You can see my trading view, my MT4 terminal now. New market has opened. There it is. So what we'll do, this is our Euro USD trade. We can take our stop loss and move it just below 8. Market is closed. Market is not closed. All right, I'm gonna give that a few more seconds, guys. I'm too quick for it. All right, let's give it a few more minutes. I'm too eager. Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll adjust all our stop losses to trail the 21 EMA. And just adjust it. We will then put our Euro NZD trade into profit. There we go. So now we just sit and wait for the market to open. Oh God, all right. Hopefully you guys can't hear all my neighbors doing the lawns. What am I looking for? All right. Has the new bar opened yet? Surely. Not yet. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, so the trades were in. Everything's in profit except GBP USD. We are running 75 pips in profit on this trade here. On Euro NZD, we're running 104 pips in profit on USD CHF. Euro USD 208 pips, and US oil we're running 385 pips in profit. So yeah, you can see how close I got to my stop loss. Can't zoom in anymore, but check that out. There was my 21 EMA. I had price just above it, and yeah, we got saved just by a few pips. Yeah, 14 pips. Do we have another trade? I think we had a, yeah, Euro USD. 208 pips on Euro USD over here. Yeah, sweet. Wait, we're not in Euro USD. Wrong chart. Hang on. I already did that one. All good. So yeah, you can see trade starting to pull back. So we should, obviously new bar has opened. Not sure if my 8 cap broker. No, not yet. So obviously all these other brokers have opened up here. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I'm hoping we can get some runners on some of these currencies, eh? Like, it'll be very interesting to see how they pull through, and how long we can hold them for as well. All right, we can move this one up to the 21 EMA, guys. All right, so we've managed that trade. So we're, oh my God, where is it? We're a full $9 in profit. How exciting. USD CHF, we can pull this down a little bit here. Managed Euro USD. $69 in profit there. $60 in profit on Euro USD. US oil, we can bring this guy down as well. Futures markets are actually indeed closed, guys. They don't open until 12 p.m. here in Australia. We keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're good, guys. We have managed all our positions. And we're good to go. I reckon we'll probably get tagged out of... Oh, wow. Okay, this is reversing up. So we're going higher on Euro USD. Euro NZD starting to rally a bit higher. Obviously, price isn't pushing up on 8 cap broker yet. A little bit. It's micro adjustments. But yeah, other than that, that is my trading done, guys. I look forward to finishing all my testing. I'm doing a lot of extensive testing on the A2 signals. It is very easy to test in the terms of having the indicator print the signal for you. So here on the daily chart, I'm going back all the way back to 2003. And whenever a signal presents, no matter the signal, I'm taking it. All right. So you can see these buy and sell signals just by looking at them and eyeballing it. Even if 50% of these signals are winners and the other 50 are all losers, I will be profitable. And that's all there is to it. the only thing that's going to determine the success long term is my consistency. If I wake up one day and I do this for like a week, or I have 1 or 2 days off during the week where I just cannot be bothered for whatever reason, and I miss 1 or 2 trades during that week, if I do that for a whole year, it's going to affect my P&L. Especially if the trades I should have been in were winning trades, then no bueno. So like, look at this trade here, for example, guys, on the S&P 500. If we were to take this trade back in 2017, you know, and this is how backtesting essentially works. Not that you can predict past future, but it's all probabilities at the end of the day. Let's say you enter this trade. Let's just give us a little bit of slippage and spread just for the sake of simulating a real trade. And let's say you trail the 21 EMA once you're 1R in profit. That's how I'm testing it. You wouldn't have been stopped out of this trade until all the way up here when price comes back down. So you would have got, let's just, I know it's closer to 7R, but let's just say 6R trade. Let's say you risked $1,000 on this trade, so 1% of 100K account, and in 78 days you would have made 6 grand. Not bad. If you break that down, 78 days divided by 6,000. Anyway, you're making almost 2 grand a month, which is pretty cool. Passive. It's not completely passive, but you are trailing a stop loss. So when you do get taken out, it's a nice payday. Definitely much slower than intraday trading, that is for sure. But it's, like I said, it's a bit more relaxing and it's not as crazy. All right, everyone, I'm done. I hope you guys take care. I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll see how the markets play out during the Asia session into London and into New York, and then we'll review. I just forgot I was meant to take a trade. I'm getting sidetracked. All right, ADJPY. Here we go, guys. As you guys know, I use magic keys to place my orders, automatic trade management. So what I do is I hit the open calculator button, stop loss, take profit. I input my risk to 0.1%, which is $100 on a $100,000 account. And we go back to trading view. We get our stop loss price, which is 93.172. Copy paste, go back to 8 cap, right click, horizontal line, paste that in there. There is our stop loss. And here is our take profit, $97 loss, which is 1% of the account. Open trade. Just like that. All right, so we have $100. Out of all the trades we have, GBP USD is not running risk-free since we are in drawdown. And obviously this trade. So we have 2 trades out of the 6 that could potentially lose $100 on each trade. All right. Obviously all these trades are open P&L. So you never count your open P&L until you close it. But what I will do, once Euro USD, not that one, this Euro USD, I might actually take some profit off this. So I might take about 20%. So the way I do that, I do it on my phone. So what I do is I'll quickly show you guys, where is it? All right. What I do, I go into Euro USD. If you guys can see that. Yes. Anyway, it's probably not going to focus. But yeah, I can go into it, you hit close, and then you can modify your order. So it's a 0.08 position. So 0.08 minus 20%. Done. Let me just double check that. 0.08 minus 20. The 0.16. The 0.016. So I'll round it up to 0.02. So you'll see that on my 0.02. So you'll see that on the 8 cap broker here. I'll close with $41 profit. Done. And we've just taken profit there. So if I go to account history, you'll see the $41 profit right there from Euro USD. So that was closing 20% of the position, still trailing my stop loss, leaving some of the trade on. So just securing profits now, as you just don't want these things to completely come against you and stop you out. If you can secure profits at key levels in the market or at R multiples, it's just better psychologically. You're not thinking about the return and how much money you can make, because systematic and successful trading with discipline, money is just a complete byproduct of doing that and following the process. So if you do those things well, that's what matters. And that's done. We'll keep an eye on this trade. What I will do is I will quickly go and just quote this up with correct trade. Wherever it is. 91019. 91. All right. So that's where we're actually entered in at due to spread and all that good stuff. All right, guys. I'm gonna finish everything here. We took the trade on ADJPY. I'll flag that green. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries going. 2 of them still have risk on the table. Everything else has been managed. Stops trailing behind the 21 and partials taken off Euro USD. You know what? I'll take some off USD CHF as well, as we are at a significant level of support. USD CHF. So same thing. Close. We got 0.07 lot on that. 0.07 minus 20%. 0.14. So I'll just do 0.1 rounded down. So close that with. Actually, I'll round it up to 0.02. Close it with $32 profit. Done. All right. That is my trading session done. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. And we'll see how the market plays out. Until then, guys, be safe, take care, and I'll see you then. Toodles.